I'm Calum. I've been trading for a few years. I have worked a little bit with Hummingbot before, but not myself. So I've worked with people on Upwork. I wanted to know more about it so that I could then plan and get more out of it. So Botcamp seemed a really good way for me to learn more and get my hands on and understand what I could do with it. When you start Botcamp, you think you're going to learn about what Hummingbot is and about what it's supposed to do. And by the time you finish Botcamp, you've learnt what you want Hummingbot to do, which probably isn't in any documentation. There's probably no example for it because you've gone through the examples and you've had access to a mentor. And your homework isn't just to do stuff that that Hummingbot already does, because those strategies are written, those scripts are written. It's that you come away having made something new of your own. And for me, that's a lot more beneficial than just absorbing some content and learning about a system. The fact that you're working on your own script makes it super valuable, because a lot of courses you would do your homework and you would do your stuff, but it would be some sample. And actually building your own, it makes it much more relevant and obviously immediately useful. For me, is learning more about what Hummingbot can do that I didn't realize. Because Hummingbot's so flexible and it gets used in so many ways, there's no way that documentation can explain for every use case that Hummingbot's suitable. So for me, finding out that we could do a lot more markets than any of the examples would show, the way we can use an external feed, the way that you can put pretty much anything into the script and build your own trading algo. At the beginning, I didn't realize that I should be wanting to do with Hummingbot, and so it's really helped me to understand what we can get out of it. Hummingbot makes a really good execution engine. So I have my own algo, which Botcamp helped me to feed into Hummingbot. And then within Hummingbot, I can place the orders, track the orders, do some reporting, things that are not crucial to my algo development. And then Hummingbot takes care of everything else. And through Botcamp, I was able to get Botcamp trading a lot more markets than I thought it could, and also learn how I could put into the scripting a lot more rules for how to manage the API traffic, how to get the kind of yield I wanted. So yeah, it's really helped me to understand what I can do with Hummingbot in the future as well as now. What really impressed me at demo day was none of the two scripts were the same or had the same objective. They were all at least slightly different, and some really different. Partly it's testament to Hummingbot that you can use it in so many different ways. It's so flexible, but also in terms of Botcamp, that we're not just working on sample scripts. We kind of did the homework and showed that we can do a thing. We're each doing our thing. So each of us gets as much out of it as we want. And at the end, you haven't just done some sample work. You've also built something you can use commercially in your own environment. And that was a really, really big point for me, that it wasn't just a bit of learning about something, it's also building your thing. The mentorship and the one-on-ones were super, super important, because I would have a question of how to do something, and my mentor was excellent. He would not just answer the question, but also point to which area I should be looking at and actually be doing more than I was expecting. One of the nice things about working on your own script is your mentor doesn't do your homework for you, but can show you where to look, can show you what you can do. And for me, that was very powerful. I mean, I was very lucky to have Federico as my mentor. And obviously, having the lead engineer as your mentor when you're trying to do a script that's slightly different from the sample scripts and how people normally use Hummingbot, obviously having him was fantastic. And I didn't really want to spend my time with him asking him about how to install from source and how to do the get pull and stuff, because I wanted to use his time for the obviously the more valuable stuff of helping me getting my script working well. My script is for trading across multiple markets and then exchange. Originally, we were hoping we could maybe get 10 or 20 markets going, and then we wouldn't need to have as many instances of Hummingbot. In the end, I'm trading 100 to 200 markets on one instance, and it's not market neutral, so we're not hedging. We're just taking lots of small positional trades using a feed that comes from outside. And say thank you for convincing me to sign up, because it was really, really good.